Do you guys just hate it when there's like a hair or a fluff on your nose and it's just tickling you? And of course you want to get it off at the same time you don't want to mess up your makeup? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I am trying out not a new foundation, but new for me to try. And it is the Kryolan Digital Complexion Foundation. So I kind of went down the rabbit hole with this brand and I was like, you know what? I tried the primer, let's try the foundation. I'm gonna try the cream foundation next. Oh, and I also tried out the setting spray. So I'm basically trying almost all the face complexion products, and yeah, I'm just curious of it all. So we shall see how this performs. But before we get started, of course, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Ring that bell so you know if I want to upload a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you've been loving me uploading a little bit more often lately. Yeah. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram handle right there. And let's get started with the video. Okay guys, so like I said in the intro, we are gonna be talking and testing out the Kryolan Digital Complexion Fluid Foundation. Again, as I said in the beginning of the video, I went down the rabbit hole when I was trying to discover this brand because this is very good for media usage. So if you're in front of the camera, photos, and so forth, it is a great line for it, especially the digital complexion line itself. I do have the cream as well. It's in a different shade, but I'm kind of curious how this performs too. So the foundation I have in 016. If you are a olivey shade or use me for reference, then I am 016 in this. I did order 015, but they didn't have 015 anymore, so I told them to go 016 because I was going to be a little bit darker when I go on my honeymoon. So again, I am in shade 016. For reference, in the Estee Lauder foundation, the Double Wear, I am 3W1. Nourish Sheer Glow, I am Stromboli. These are my summer shades. The Shiseido Synchro Skin, I believe it's in the shade Oak. What else was there? Giorgio Armani, I'm in Luminous Silk, I'm in shade number 6. So if you are in one of those categories, 016 should be a good match for you. So I am going to most likely get darker when I'm in my honeymoon. So I don't know how these two will be because I purposely got the higher, the darker shades because again, I'm gonna be tan when I go down there, and when I get darker, I usually turn more olive. So that's why I got the olive shades because I'm going to be dark for quite some time. Even during the winter time, I feel like I'm still going to be kind of darkish for a while before summer comes around again. So that's why the shades. So I got this from Cosplay Supplies. So when I got this, is retailed for about 36 Canadian dollars, which isn't bad for a foundation. Most foundations nowadays are like 40, 50, 60. Maybe in the hundreds if you are Tom Ford, but you know, some of them are pretty pricey and some of them don't even perform the way that you want it to. So with this one, the fact that it's like 36 Canadian dollars, not bad for a foundation, especially for a professional makeup line. So this foundation, especially the digital line because it has like the blue cap, this is specifically for media. So this specific foundation is supposed to give a velvety matte finish. This is also silicone based. It is infused with calming and soothing actives. It is lightweight, self-setting, and contains hydrating ingredients to promote suppleness, giving a fresh, plump skin from within. So this foundation is great if you have balanced or oily skin type. This is a buildable formula that can be used with a brush or a sponge, and depending on the tool that you use, it could be sheer to medium coverage. So you can either have this as a natural glow or a little bit more glammed up, depends on what you want. First initial application, I was blown away of how good it looked. Like I did not expect it to look that like smooth, and it looked buttery to me. It gave me the velvety matte finish. It looked nice and glowy, just supple and fresh. It looked amazing. I absolutely loved the application of this. And I used my trusty Anissa beauty brush, and to initially apply I used like a flat foundation just to help apply it evenly. But when I was blending it, I used my Anissa beauty brush, and oh my god, it was a dream come true. Especially when over the pores. So I also used their primer with it as well, the HD micro primer, just to see how well these two work together. Otherwise I will just use my typical primer, the Catrice one, but again, because this is kind of like meant for digital, I kind of wanted to see how well they worked, how well they both held up with each other. So anyways, you will see my check-in clips right about now. Okay, so this is a 6-hour check-in right now, and we can see I'm looking quite glowy in a good way though. My nose a little bit shiny, however, smile line still looking good so far. Nothing has really settled in too much. Overall, it looks pretty darn good. It looks glowy, nothing is budging, nothing is breaking, everything is looking really, really good. And taking a closer look at my pores, it still looks pretty blurred out and smooth. So overall, pretty good. Alright guys, so it's been 12 hours since I, first put on the foundation and all that. As you can see, it is 10:53. So it's just over 12 hours, just a smidge. Okay guys, I have my eyelashes kind of like flopping right now, so we are gonna take a closer look. I feel a little bit oily, but anyway, so yeah, we're gonna take a closer look and see what is going on. So my skin looks a lot more glowy since my last check-in. As you can see, my forehead, still looking pretty smooth. The pore area, taking my mirror, the pore area still looks very smooth out. Sorry if I blocked a moment ago. My smile line, it's still kind of like settling there a bit. The foundation is supposed to be a like velvety matte finish, which it definitely delivered, and my skin looked very like plumped, smooth, radiant. So the only thing is that it kind of settled into my smile line a little bit. But other than that, everything else looked pretty good. So I was a little bit oily, but just a little like blot throughout the day would definitely fix that. It looks like I just applied it. Around the cheek area, everywhere else around my face, it looks pretty good, smooth. Even my under eyes, yep, everything looks nice and smooth. The pore area is my favorite part of this. It still looks very smooth, blurred out. So even just scooching you guys out, you can see like on camera, it still looks really good. I think next time I would just put like extra translucent powder just so there's like the security on there. But other than that, it performed really well for a 12-hour day. So yes, I did get glowy, but it was a 12-hour day. Some of the foundations I've tried out, I would get to that level of like glowiness even after like 8 hours. But today has been a 12-hour day, so the fact it kind of like reached that point, you know what? It's kind of expected. It's still pretty good. It performed very well, and again, the pores look amazing. Like there are very few foundations that impress me after a 12-hour day, because other foundations, when it says, oh, it's up to a 16-hour wear, I don't normally trust those too well, because when it says up to 16-hour wear, after about 7-8 hours, the performance would look like how a 12-hour wear would be, and I don't like that. So when something says 24, up to 24 hours, I kind of go for that more, because at least I can get the longevity out of it. And again, when I wake up, get ready to go for work, and then by the time I get home, it's a 12-hour day already. So for me, the longer the wear, the better, because I like to have my makeup look fresh and nice and plump throughout the day. I don't want it to look like a oily, glowy, overly glowy mess. So again, for a 12-hour day, not that bad. Looks pretty darn good. After patting it down, even better. It's like nothing happened. So anyways, you guys, that's it for today's video. In conclusion, I really like this foundation. It's lightweight, it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't look cakey and heavy either. It's very smoothing, plumping, hydrating, and I definitely love that it is a very buildable formula. As you guys know, I love my buildable formulas. I love medium coverage because obviously I can build that up, in certain areas if I wanted to. So if you want a lighter layer, you always use a sponge to kind of like shear that out. If you just want more fuller coverage or the medium coverage, use a brush and just layer it on there. So this is definitely very versatile. Again, I love it. On camera, it looks really nice as well. Yeah. So anyways, that is it for today's video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!